his position in this team is in the front three, but we've bought players in every position in the front three. Like, I genuinely think they wanted him to accept the Saudi deal. And if they're back in for it, I wouldn't be surprised to see United do it. And I think it would be a thing of, Bruno, I love you, thank you, but it's the right decision.
Hello and welcome to Stretford Paddock. My name is Joe and I'm joined by Adam McKola, and this is Uncensored. Adam, you're over in Barcelona. Manchester United lost last night. There's a lot to get into today. We'll talk about the reaction to that, how you're feeling. Oh, go
on. Who lost?
It felt like a loss, didn't it?
It did feel like a loss. Yeah.
We drew. Somehow, losing to Arsenal felt better than drawing to Fulham. How's that work?
Yeah, and we got points on the board, baby.
That's all that really matters, isn't it? That's all that matters. We'll go through the game a little bit. Obviously, we've had a bit of time to kind of reflect, to sleep on it, to look at the game for what it is, look at some of the reaction. Just firstly, obviously, there's loads to talk about, and we'll get into why you're over in Barcelona and all sorts. But do you think that the reaction to the game has been over the top, or do you think that this kind of stirring in of last season's results was just inevitable if we didn't start getting wins early on?
I'm not counting last season's games because I think it's a completely different team setup, approach, everything. I think everything's changed in the summer, and I wouldn't judge Amorim based off last season, not fully anyway. But having said that, judging him off this season's results, it isn't great either, and we have to start judging him on the results that are going to come. Has it been an overreaction? I think so. There's always an overreaction, whatever happens with Manchester United. But I think there are some semblances of, if not truths, then kind of there's some sense in some of the complaints that people have. I just think people are going far too over the top. I saw Gary Neville say it was similar to last season. I didn't see that at all. I don't think the second half was great. I questioned some of the manager's decisions, in-game decisions, the 11. I questioned some of those things because I remember, like, me and Braggy were in the pub waiting for the game to come on, and it was about an hour, maybe an hour and 10 minutes before the kickoff. And I went on one of these apps, and it said the lineups were there, so I looked at the lineups, and we had, like, I think it was Ugarte, Bruno in midfield. Again, I'm not keen on Ugarte, but it wasn't too. We had, and then up front we had Sesko, Cunha, and Mbeumo, and I was like, yes, like, I just felt up for it a little bit more than I was, and it's like, I feel like the team selection's not helping at the moment. We need to get a striker up there. Now, it could be a case that Benjamin Sesko's not ready, and he doesn't want to put him in, but I do feel like sometimes put him on for the first 50 minutes instead of the last 40 minutes. Like, let him get that game out there and let the players play off someone up top. Having said that, I think Mason Mount has been fantastic, but you kind of have to utilize that elsewhere. And we have got a problem where you look at the team now and you go in, you've got Bruno, Mason Mount, and Mbeumo, Cunha. They all kind of play in the same positions, and we're kind of accommodating Bruno and Mount and leaving out Benjamin Sesko and Kobbie Mainoo. And for me, I think it's a massive oversight on behalf of the man. Now, it could be a case where we've seen in the past managers kind of take time with a young player, get him well up for it, get him to know his position, his system and everything kind of like that. But we need results, and you need your best players on the pitch to get results. And for me, Kobbie Mainoo is one of them. And Emmanuel Ugarte, whilst I think defensively he kind of did okay yesterday, he kind of broke a few things up when he came on. On the ball, he's nowhere near good enough. And I think Kobbie Mainoo brings a lot more. And if the manager's going to have this, the manager said, right, Kobbie's fighting with Bruno for that spot. I'm fine with that. That's absolutely fine. And I expect Bruno to start ahead of him in the pecking order. But if you're going to say it's a competition and they're fighting for spots, if Bruno has a stinker like that, you cannot leave him on the pitch. Like, surely if this is a competition and they're both fighting for their spot and they both have to prove it, then Bruno has to come off and Kobbie has to go on. Because in the game, Bruno became a bit of a liability at times.
Yeah.
He seemed frustrated. Maybe the Saudi thing has something in it. I don't know. The penalty was, like, I'm not going to go in hard on him for missing a penalty. I've seen the best players ever miss penalties. Like, shit happened. But he kind of let the referee rattle him, which was weird. Like, just don't even engage. Because once you engage now with the ref, your head's gone. Like, no matter what he says, it isn't gonna calm this. It isn't gonna make you feel better about this situation. Like, what do you like? The referee didn't apologize. He said after the game, I think. Who the fuck cares, bro? Why are you moaning about that? Yeah. He's better than that. I don't think. And part of me felt like, has his head been turned a little bit? Because these are life-changing amounts of money we're talking about, even for multi-millionaire footballers. But the manager did annoy me with that. Like, if you're going to say they're fighting for their spots and they're in competition with each other, if Kobbie Mainoo had the game Bruno Fernandes had, he would have got hooked and Bruno would have got put on.
Yeah.
And I just think it's a massive oversight to not have Kobbie Mainoo in the team. At any point, not just starting, like even bringing him on. Like, there's been 2 games where we've needed a goal, we've needed control of the ball, and he hasn't brought Kobbie Mainoo on. And that, for me, is a problem.
Yeah, I agree with that. And like you said, what's the point in there being competition if when Bruno's playing terribly, Mainoo still doesn't get any minutes? That is worrying. Yeah, I'll give the full quote on that because obviously you basically quoted a lot of it, but there was a point at the end that I thought was interesting. So he said, like you said, he's fighting for the position now with Bruno. I let Mason Mount there because we want to score a goal. When I changed, I felt the team needs to return to one holding midfielder near Bruno. He just needs to fight for the position with Bruno. So at the minute, he's basically saying you have to fight for your position with a player that is undroppable and that I won't sub. So basically, me and you might as well be fighting for that position, the amount of minutes that he's going to get. Like that would be the worry for me. And if you're going to risk playing Mount and Bruno together, I appreciate he went, actually, I needed to move away from that. So, that's why I did it. But you could always just take Mount off and put Mainoo in there for a little bit. I guess, obviously, that doesn't then give you the chance to you're not going to take Mainoo off again and bring you... I get all that. But yeah, it just feels like you're second behind a player that is basically like a goalkeeper, isn't he, Bruno? Like, he plays every minute of every game. It's like being a second-choice keeper, being second choice to Bruno Fernandes. Like, that is a bit of a worry. And I think that with Mainoo, it's weird, isn't it? Because he wasn't that great last season, Mainoo. He still did a lot of good things, and he wasn't bad. And I think he was overplayed about sort of how much he dropped off last season. I don't think the drop-off was anywhere near as bad as a lot of people wanted it to be or made out that it was. But, like... He's still good enough to affect games. He still does. He can still come on and do things that no one else in our team can do. Even Mainoo on a bad day has got an unbelievable touch, great vision. He sort of drifts and floats past people on the edge of the box, unlike anyone else in the team, and finds great space and pops up in great areas. Like, there is that thing of like, he's not just a kid that you bring in on because you want him to improve. He does some things better than anyone else already, let alone what he could go on to be. So I do agree that. I actually don't think Ugarte had a bad game at all yesterday. He was awful against Arsenal. Ugarte did what he was meant to do yesterday, but it wasn't what we needed. We needed someone to come and help us get a goal. And Ugarte was never going to do that, despite playing, pretty well within the framework of what Ugarte is. He had a good game, but he wasn't. I don't think he was what we needed personally.
I hear that. And some people are going to say, oh, lads, you don't build a team around one player. Oh, Kobbie Mainoo FC and this, that. And like, put all emotions aside, Kobbie Mainoo is a player that improved Manchester United. It's that simple. Whether it's starting or off the bench. And it's just, I don't know if I'm getting worried for no reason. And like we said, the manager's got a plan. Because we asked him about that in New York. And he answered it. And he gave an answer that we were all kind of happy with. Yep. But the proof's in the pudding, and unfortunately, we're not seeing enough of him. And that's not the only issue. Old Turkish in goal ain't good enough.
Every time an in-swinging cross comes in, he's just like falling over. It's something that cannot carry on. Like, there was 3 corners in a row that they had I think it was the first half yesterday. It was the first half, and like. He's just like, just panicking, just flapping backwards. And you think, this is like consecutive corners back to back to back. He does the little step forward, realises it's going over his head, and then just starts tripping over people as he's running backwards.
Right, Neil.
It's such a weird, it was such a weird specific weakness to have.
And he's way too long to do all that stuff.
I don't get it.
If I fall down the stairs I look mental because I'm tall. Like you as well. You
Yeah,
got the same issue.
yeah,
With
yeah.
it. Our legs and everything. Just it's like
It's Looney
he's the
Tune stuff,
same.
isn't it?
Like he looks like the Tasmanian devil or something, just spinning about. It. He's not. And I know he had that one fantastic pass for Mateus Cunha.
Yeah,
It was an incredible pass, and Cunha should have scored. He should have put his foot through that. He went kind of just like placed it, didn't he?
yeah,
Sticky bastard foot through it.
yeah.
But I'd rather have a goalkeeper I'm sure in than a goalkeeper I'm not. But the manager looks like he's making a point with Onana. Maybe he's telling him, "You got to go, bro."
Yeah, I mean,
Because if Lemon comes in or whatever he's called, then
Lemon,
we got 4 goalkeepers.
yeah.
Who are
When
we,
life
Chelsea?
gives you lemon, make lemonade.
Make
Makes
Onana
sense
gone.
Make Onana go. He does seem to be doing that. Like he's very sort of black and white in the Amorim. There doesn't seem to be any like, does he like me or not? Like either you're playing or you're just gone. Like we're not even entertaining this. And I know, he was on the bench and he wasn't completely gone. But like Højlund, you started 40 games for me last season, don't care, gone. Onana, you were my first choice goalkeeper right up until the last game of last, don't care. You're just not playing anymore. And
Don't care.
yeah, he just sort of, and like obviously what happened with Sancho, Rashford, Anthony, you're just not part of this team anymore. He's a little bit brutal, and you could tell there was points yesterday where you could see he was fuming, and he was doing that thing where he was leaning over and he was chewing his knuckles, and
He was not.
you can tell he's
yesterday.
pissed off. Yeah, he was. He was.
I'm gonna sound. This isn't toxic positivity, and this isn't me
Go on, have a bit of
saying 21
positivity.
is
Come
coming.
on.
But we were so fucking good in that first 30, 35 minutes.
Yeah.
We were peppering them. Like
Yeah.
the chances we created, Mason Mount's doing flicks and tricks and fucking looking like Money Mace again. Like Cunha and Mbumo. I think Mbumo didn't have a great game, but there were moments
No.
again with him where like you going fucking hell. He's decent. You got Cunha hitting the post.
He reminds me of Bruno
Cunha
Fernandes.
drawing the save. Like it was just fun. Like I was on the edge of my seat watching some of that stuff. And like I said, I was with Spraggy, and me and Spraggy were just looking at each other like,
Yeah.
are we back?
Yeah.
You better believe in title races, son, because you're in one.
And we actually shouldn't.
And you
we
just
shouldn't,
felt that Fulham goal coming. Even at 0-0, you're like,
yeah, he did.
Fulham going to score here. We're going to be fucking fuming.
I know. We shouldn't overestimate that though, and underestimate. Like there was so little of that last season. Those flicks around the corners, the running through the lines, like the sort of chances that we had, the ball over the top, the touch by Cunha for that shot that you said he should have. I think he almost put it. He almost hit it exactly wrong. Like if he'd have scuffed it and it had bounced into the ground, it would have gone over his arm. If he'd just absolutely rattled it, he would have gone past him. But he sort of tries to control, shot it in, and gives him half a chance of saving it. He does everything right except just get a bit lucky with the finish. But like the runs from him, the runs off the ball, the turns, the way he carries the ball into space, the finishing, the one that hit the post, like. There was a stat that XG philosophy, you see him all the time, put out about United have scored 0 goals from 4 XG or whatever this season. And also, first of all, we have scored a goal, so I don't know what that even means.
I think it's because it might have been given as an own goal.
But there was still
I'm
XG
giving it
when
to
he
Lenny
headed it.
Yarrow.
Yeah, anyway, and yeah, fine. But the difference between this season and last season for me is, and I don't mean this specifically in offence to Garnacho or Xerxes or Højlund, that won't carry on. The players we've got now, Mbumo, Cunha, Sesko, Bruno, the players who are actually making the chances and getting the shots and chances now, they won't end this season, all of them, underachieving on XG by 5, 6, 8, 10 goals each. They won't. So if we keep making this amount of chances, this will level itself out. The difference with Garnacho and Højlund and Xerxes potentially, and although he's still here and he can change that, is that I think they are, Garnacho in particular, isn't a great finisher and will probably underachieve against his XG for most of his career. That isn't the case with Cunha and Mbumo. I don't think that's the case. And Sesko, again, I think it will level itself out. So if we keep making these chances, where last season the goals just never arrived, this year
the pressure's building.
they will. Though. I know the pressure is
It's
unthinkable
sad,
as well, isn't it? It's unthinkable.
Like, if we get to October, November, like we've got Burnley, Chelsea, City coming up. Say we beat Burnley, right?
Yeah.
And we draw both of those games against City and Chelsea, which aren't bad results on paper.
Nope.
You've still dropped how many points have you dropped? 9 points still this season already, like from
Yeah.
5 games.
Yeah.
And you're probably in the bottom half of the table, and all that talk starts again. And look, I think Ruben Amorim is the guy. I want him to be here till the end of the season, really. But you can see a world where if we're not getting, if let's say City beat us, Chelsea do us, the talk's going to start about whether he's going to lose his job or not, and then that creates
I know.
an uncertainty in the dressing room, and uncertainty amongst the fans, and everything.
And
I thought the away fans were excellent yesterday. I like
they
seeing
always
that.
are, aren't they? They always
They
are.
always are, but
But
I
yeah,
don't think we should get used to
no.
that and having the best support in the land. Like, and I do hope they just get on the Ruben Amorim song and just fucking absolutely don't stop with it. I love that Ruben Amorim song.
Yeah, I do as well. Looking at the fixtures, like you said, it's Burnley, then City away, then Chelsea at home. But then it's Liverpool away. Sorry, so then there's a little break. So you got Brentford away, which isn't much of a break, but you know it's a bit easier. Sunderland at home, obviously you got to win that. Then it's Liverpool away, Brighton at home, then Forest away, then Tottenham away. That takes you to the 8th of November.
Yeah.
Like you said, you could conceivably have only win 2 of them. And then the problem is, then you have the nice patch where it's Everton at home, Palace away, West Ham at home, Wolves away, Bournemouth at home, Villa away, and then that takes you to Newcastle at home on Boxing Day or the 27th. What I hope is we don't get to a situation where we go, right, we struggled up until all those games until Tottenham away. Right, now we need to start winning. Because whenever you have to, you know, if he has to win the Everton, Palace and West Ham games to keep his job, it'll be too late by then. We need to start getting some points on the board. Go on.
Do you think, like, let's say, and I don't like to be negative, but let's say the results aren't positive, right?
Yeah.
In the next couple of weeks. Do you think the board are so sure in Ruben Amorim that they won't be swayed by outside external noise and all that? Or do you think that could impact them? Because they put a lot of time and effort into Ruben Amorim.
I don't know how much it'll be the outside noise that's affecting it. Obviously, you can't just be a Man United manager that 38 league games into your career, with a full season in, you've won 8 or 10. You know, that can't go on forever. They have to have a time in the head where they call it. I personally would give him this whole season. I would just give him till the end of the season with no pressure on him, and we go from there. Honestly,
give it Ruben to the end of the season.
Give it Ruben to the end of the season. I wouldn't put any I would tell him right now, you have got this whole season. Do what you need to do. We knew we weren't going to be, you know, win the league. We've only dropped 4 points. Yes, obviously 4 points.
You know
out
what
of
I'm
possible
scared
6.
about?
It's not great.
We've dropped 5 points.
We're only 2 points behind City.
You know what I'm scared about?
What?
I like this guy, man. I think he's fucking class, yeah. But what if he's like the perfect off-the-pitch manager for Man United? Because I think he is perfect off the pitch. But on the pitch, it just don't happen. Because that is what's staring us in the face at the moment. And look, I reiterate, I ultimately think the performance against Fulham, 60% of the time, it worked all the time. Right? But I thought the performance was good, but it's going to get squeaky, you know. And that's why we need to rally. We need to get behind this boy. We need to get behind his team as well. Not just the manager, the team, the players. They need to feel it like we're fucking there with them all the way, man. Like, I want Burnley, the Burnley game. And look, I'm part of it. So sometimes I feel it, like the results aren't going our way. Head drops a bit. You can't sing anymore. You feel a bit shit about life. Like, you wait for them to do something for you to get up. Like, I think we just got to go for it, man. We just got to fucking absolutely back these boys to the hilt. And I know it's difficult. Some of the players we don't like. Some of the players aren't good enough. Some of the players we want changing. We've got to do it. And you know what else we got to do?
Go on.
Full speed ahead, Belieber. Trust me, Daddy.
He got hooked at half time yesterday, didn't he?
Well, there's a reason for that. His head's in
Yeah,
Manchester.
his
No,
dad's in Manchester.
seriously. Also, you wouldn't take a £100 million player off after 45 minutes, so maybe we should drop his price a bit as well.
Yeah, 60.
Just go and get him,
Well,
mate. Do you?
go on.
Let's have a serious conversation. Bruno Fernandes, what are you doing? If some Saudi joint comes in with 80 million, 90 million, I think I'm doing it. I've got to the stage where I'm doing it. And
Two bad games, Adam. You just said we've got to get behind everyone.
No. Let me finish my point.
Go on.
This isn't because I dislike Bruno or I think Bruno isn't good enough. I think Bruno is good enough. I love Bruno Fernandes, and I think he's an excellent captain for Man United, even if sometimes he doesn't perform well on the football pitch. But I also think in this system, I think we're trying to find a way to keep Bruno Fernandes in the team. It's keeping Kobbie Mainoo out of the team. I think Kobbie Mainoo is the future. Like, if you can sell him and get Carlos Baleba and you've got a bit of money, like whatever, I'm sorry, I'm probably doing it right now because it just balances our team out a little bit more. And I would rather see Bruno Fernandes leave than Kobbie Mainoo leave. And I don't want to get even become a talking point with Kobbie Mainoo. And I know the manager will trust Bruno Fernandes and he'll be backing him, and he's someone that gives you guaranteed goals and assists. But his position in this team is in the front three. I keep saying it, but we've bought players in every position in the front three. Like, I genuinely think that he wanted him to accept the Saudi deal when it was murmured about not long ago. And if they're back in for it, I wouldn't be surprised to see United do it. And I think it would be a thing of, Bruno, I love you, thank you, but it's the right decision. And that's a big decision.
Yeah,
but
it is a very big decision.
What are we gaining? Like, it's not like we're winning stuff with Bruno here anyway.
I get that.
It's not like we're fucking top of the league. We're Champions League and like,
but then
if we lose Bruno, we might be a Europa League team. It's like we've got to build the next team. We've got to build that. Like,
I do understand that.
Like, I think just look to the future. Bruno, you've been amazing. But I don't know. I think this isn't based off this result either, by the way. I've been saying this the whole summer kind of thing. But I felt it more yesterday.
Yeah, I do get it. And games like yesterday are the reason why, if you were to sell Bruno, it's games like yesterday that you wouldn't miss. So I do get that, and that's going to bring it to the forefront of your mind. And I also think that it's not necessarily a case of, I think we should keep him, but I don't think it's like amazing if we keep him, everything will be great, and horrific if we sell. I think it's a lot closer than that in terms of a decision, because I know how important 90 million quid could be to this rebuild. But I just think, you look at, I know Cunha had a good game yesterday. Brian Mbeumo was completely anonymous yesterday. So, yes, obviously, I'm not going to go in on him for that. He's new to the team. He's learning the system. But if he's capable of games like yesterday, maybe we could do with Bruno Fernandes stepping up in that situation. He didn't step up yesterday, but it's not like we filled the team full of players who are incapable of needing help. Sesko, we don't know yet, but I think he's the sort of striker that is going to rely on service a lot. And if the players around him, Bassi just had Mbeumo in his pocket yesterday, we accept that, fine, that's okay, everyone has a bad game. But I do think we're going to need what Bruno brings a lot this season. I still think we're going to need that, right, lads, leave it to me, I'll sort this. And I know sometimes in the big games, the top teams, they don't need players like that. You need system players who just pass the ball out to the wing, get the ball, pass it there, do their thing over and over again. And Bruno is a bit more of a maverick and a bit more, right, leave it to me, forget the system, I'm going to do what I do. But I still think we're going to need that this season. And I think if we're going to have a good cup run, and I think if we're going to push up the league, right now we probably still need someone who can put the team on the back a little bit at times. And I think that it's hard to know what is 90 million worth to us long term. Is it going to be the whole difference between being successful and ready to win the league in 2 years and not? If it is, then yeah, I guess you would have to sell him. If that 90 million is the difference between 2 or 3 new players that we couldn't possibly get otherwise, fair enough. But let's, sell the players we don't want first. Then I think we can afford Baleba anyway. If you get rid of Garnacho, Sancho and Anthony, Baleba's there. So buy him as well. Keep, I don't know what it gets us.
You've got extra midfielder. Kobbie Mainoo probably falling down the pecking order again. I just think build for the future, because it's not like our present's great, is it?
No, and I do get that. I do appreciate that. And know that we're the only team in the world that's got Bruno Fernandes, and there's a lot of teams doing a lot better than us. So you don't need him to be successful, obviously. But I think if you sold the players you want to get rid of, got rid of Casemiro, bring in Baleba or a Baleba style player, that makes a lot more sense to me than getting rid of Bruno. Because I understand then Mainoo comes in. But what if Mainoo gets injured and you've only got Baleba, Casemiro and Ugarte as your 3 midfielders? That to me is a big concern then, because then you've got no creativity playing from the back. So you almost need to sell Bruno, get a Carrick or a Wharton, or obviously Carrick doesn't exist, but a Wharton type player or a ball playing player, a Zubimendi style player, plus Baleba, buy a whole new midfield. Because at the moment, if Mainoo has a bad game or doesn't kick on or gets injured, you're really thin at that side of the pitch. I don't know. It's just hard.
I hear you about that.
It is a really tough one. And it's a shame for me because I still think...
show how bad that Ugarte signing was. Sorry, you still think... Yeah.
No, I still think that Bruno is probably our best number 10. Like, I think
but we don't play a number 10. No, we don't play one singular one, do we? We play
that's true.
Runners in those positions. Like, in a fucking... If you're not starting Sesko, start him as your false 9, man.
Yeah.
I've been saying it. Come on, Ruben, man. Sort your shit out. Come on, son. Time's time. We need some results now. Come on. Let's smash up Burnley and Grimsby, and then we're back.
What did you make of Fulham's players and manager talking about how they'd kind of
I thought it was cheeky, to be honest, because I've not seen the XG stats and all that, but it's like, fucking, we should have smashed them.
Yeah.
It should have been 3-0 at half time.
I know.
Like, what are they talking about? You really sussed us out. You should have been 3-0 down at half time. And then we scored in the second half and we had a few other chances. Like, I never felt that threatened by Fulham.
No.
It was just one of those things where you're going, they are going to score in a bit.
We knew they'd get the goal because it just happens. You don't need to even do anything; it'll just happen. But I thought it was massively cheeky. Like Iwobi coming out and Marco Silva going, well, I mean, we know that if you just drop off there a defender, you get a load of. All right, then you drew at home to one of the worst teams in England last year.
A concern to you though?
It is a little bit, but every team has their weaknesses. I'd love Amorim to come out and talk about how we absolutely pissed through him for the first 25 minutes. What did they not do that we should have done? And look at Arsenal last week. Again, we lost the game, so you can't say anything positive or negative. But we stopped them creating chances, and we made a lot of chances and had more of the ball. Amorim could have easily came out and said what we'd worked on all week, what we'd sort of worked out about Arteta's system that we managed to exploit, and people would go, oh, bravo. I mean, the truth of the matter is, like you said, Fulham didn't make any more chances than us. Fulham didn't really have much more of the ball than us. It wasn't like, obviously, they were dangerous and we weren't great for a lot of the second half, but they drew with us, and for the last few minutes of the game, we're taking as long as they possibly could on every throw-in and goal kick and set piece. They weren't desperate to win that game in the ascendancy, all the momentum to Fulham. It was a game that we were the ones that were trying to win it in the last 5 minutes. So if you sussed us out that badly, you'd have put 3 or 4 past us like Bournemouth have multiple times in the last couple of seasons. That's what happens when you get sussed out, not a 1-1 that you scored because Dallo thought he was fucking Maradona on the right wing.
What was Dallo doing, man?
I don't know, man. He just does that, doesn't he?
Play the way you're facing. Has anyone ever told you that? How do I say that in Portuguese? Give me 1 sec.
Google it. Well, while you're looking that up, you mentioned before about backing the players. And I think before we go, what I want to do is I'm going to throw a few names at you, and I want you to tell me a compliment and a bit of praise.
Diogo. Jogue do J-O-K Voce Esta Encarando. Play the way you're fucking facing, man.
It's textbook Portuguese, isn't it?
Shall I make her read it out? Oh, you're not going to hear it because
It's beautiful Portuguese.
Jogo,
No, I think you said it.
jogo de jeito que você está encarado. Sounds so sexy then.
It
When you're
does.
saying
But
Portuguese.
you're just shouting at your fullback.
Yeah, say the way you're facing, dickhead. Why are you spinning around? You think you're Anthony? Jesus.
That was mental, wasn't it? Yes, I'm going to give you a list of players one by one, and I want you to give me a positive comment and some praise and a compliment about that player, because you said we need to get behind the team. So we'll start with Bruno Fernandes. This should be easy. He's had a poor start to the season. Give me something you like about Bruno Fernandes so that he can get going and start winning games.
Bruno, I love you, mate. You're our little magnifico.
Yeah.
But come on, we've got a team now. We don't need you to do it all. You can relax. And that might mean you score more goals in the long run. Just chill, man. You got this, champ.
I love it. That's really nice. Okay, well, this is a really good start.
Call them champs so they think they're champ.
People think they're champs now. I really
Psychology
like that.
101 by Adam McKola.
Let's move on to someone else who I think could do with a bit of pep in his step at the moment as well. That's Altay Bayındır. Can you just say something positive about him, please?
Listen, brother. You better learn Chinese, buddy. Because
Be nice. You meant to be being positive.
Read Arabic, buddy, because you're gonna listen. Come on, man. Time's time. Just fucking hang the gloves up.
He's 27. What do you mean hang his gloves up? He's a kid.
He can have a great future. He looks like someone that, I don't know. He could have a great future in other things. He's a handsome lad. You know.
Okay, that one didn't quite go to plan. We can bring it back with this one then. Finally, give us a little pep in the step of Manuel Ugarte, please. He needs it right now.
Joe.
You said we've got to back all these players. You said that.
I did. Manuel.
Go on.
I know you can't pass wind. What you do well is break things up, right? Just focus on that. Keep it short. You know what the problem I think is for you, Manuel? You're used to a 3 because you can make shorter passes.
Yeah.
You don't have to try these mad long passes that you haven't got in your locker. Maybe just practice a little bit, man. You know, pass to yourself in the garden a little tennis ball on that. In a couple of weeks, you'll be all right. I don't know, Manuel, but keep going, I guess.
Right, that's not. You can't. When you meant to be giving him some praise, you just said practice.
Yeah,
Get better.
I gave him a reason why I think he's not performing well. It's not his fault. Go on, champ. You can maybe do it.
Second use of the word champ. And finally, I think one last player that could maybe do with a little help. And to be fair, he's not really had a chance yet, and that's Benjamin Sesko. What do you make? Come on,
Big Benj, you don't.
Bit of positivity.
Big Benji, baby. Look, we got this. I know. First impressions of our football team aren't great, but you like the fans, you like the ground. I guess you like the kit. I imagine. All right, not bad.
Nice enough.
The black one's nice. Maybe one day you'll get to wear it for a full 90 minutes. That would be good. But yeah, don't go online unless you're watching this, of course. Don't go on Twitter and stuff like that, because you don't need that negativity. You don't need that noise. And you're going to start against Grimsby. You're going to start against Burnley, and you're going to score the first goals of your Manchester United career. And then from there, you're never going to look back, baby. You're never going to look back. And you, Cunha, and Bumo, is absolute cake. You 3 are the future. I've tasted it. You've got this, son. Let's go.
Brilliant.
Benjamin.
I think that's absolutely fantastic. I think that's a great place to end the show, Adam, to be honest.
We've got a Benjamin.
A bit of positivity.
It's a bit mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's the best ever Benjamin footballer? Or Ben. I'll take Ben. Ben White? Is that his name?
Yeah. That is his name. It might be Ben White. It's not.
Ben,
it's not a name synonymous with great footballers.
Koto?
Yeah, Ben White's better than him. Ben White, Asuakoto.
Oh, there was a keeper, wasn't there? Ben Amos.
Ben Foster. Ben Amos.
Ben Foster. Ben Amos. There's two.
Ben Rama. Ben Arthur. Oh, it might be
Sidey
Ben.
Ben
Benzema. It's Benzema.
Hey!
Isn't it? There you go. The best Ben of all time. Benzema.
And now it's going to be Benjamin Sesko.
Ben Sesko. Lovely. Right, that's going to be all
I like
from
it
us.
when the B goes.
Thank you very much for joining us. This
Can we
has been...
just before we go,
Oh, go on.
let's have a little Ruben Amorim. He'll bring the glory days again.
It didn't feel
We'll
right.
back him from Stretford.
Can we put some chant behind this?
Turn this shit around.
Did you say shit?
Is that the song?
I mean, it might be, yeah. I thought it was
is
shit.
shit,
But
isn't it?
I thought it was shit, but it probably
I've
is
been thinking
shit. You're
shit
right.
this whole time.
Yeah, it might. It probably is. Probably is shit. Just turn this shit around, mate. We're not going anywhere here. Yeah, we'll put the actual chant in there because I think we were a little bit lackluster on that.
Yeah, we're so fucked.
No, we're not. We're about to finish on a positive. Then you started chanting. Now you've lost it.
Joe.
Say something positive to end the show on.
What do you want this copy?
See you in a bit.